Hi, my name is Marty and I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis in 1987. I've been with the same wonderful rheumatologist for 11 years, and for the last 4 or 5 years I've been taking the Biologic Actemra. Recently, I've had a big bad flare. Yeah, Actemra worked good, but not great for me. But it was keeping most of my rheumatoid arthritis at bay. So I contacted my doctor because the flare was so bad, even my fingertips were inflamed, from the bottoms of my feet to my fingertips, everything. And it was so painful, and it was December 20th. I was out of town, and he called in a prescription for prednisone, which I was to take for 10 days, tapering the drug. So it helped, but it didn't stop it, which was weird. When I got back in town, late December, he asked if I could go. I sent pictures because there were spots on my fingers, right around my fingernails, little like blood blisters. And I thought, what did I hit my finger on? But I hadn't. So I sent him pictures, and he came back with, get thee to the emergency room right away. And I said, well, I'm going to see my primary care physician tomorrow for something else. Can I just let him look at it? And he said, sure. So I did, and my primary care physician kind of wrote it off. He's a good doctor, but he's not a rheumatologist. And he looked at my fingers and the funny looking little blood blisters, and he said, maybe you bumped them, maybe it was the inflammation, and that inflammation had nowhere to go, so blood blisters. I contacted my rheumatologist, and he said, can you come in tomorrow morning? So I did, which is rare to go in the next day. What he suspected and what it ended up being is rheumatoid vasculitis, which can be a very serious disease. Mine was limited, it was cutaneous, so just my fingertips. And what it is inflammation of your blood vessels, kind of a rheumatoid arthritis disease, an autoimmune disease. Very, 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 very few people that take Actemra get vasculitis, but they think that Actemra could have been the culprit for this one. Immediately after seeing my rheumatologist, he sent me for a TTE, which is a thoracic, I wrote it down, transthoracic echocardiogram. It's an ultrasound of your heart. And that was to look for aneurysms or leaks in my heart. I also had a chest x-ray, and I was sent for a huge amount of blood work and a urinalysis. And fortunate for me, my vasculitis was just limited to my fingertips. It didn't affect anything else in my body, so I was a lucky one so far. The dark spots continue coming. I still am getting vasculitis spots on my fingers. I stopped Actemra on January 11th, and the doctor is waiting for that to clear my system before he starts me on a new biologic drug, and that would be Rituxan. I've been set up for infusions. There are 2 infusions 2 weeks apart in March, I wrote it down, March 5th and March 19th. Those will be very slow infusions, because infusions you respond really strongly to them if it's something that your body doesn't want to have in it. So super slow infusion for me. It'll be 6 to 8 hours is what they said. In the meantime, I'm still taking prednisone, just 10 milligrams a day, but I'm still taking it. And prednisone is great. I feel great. I'm still getting inflammation in my fingertips, and that's the vasculitis. But the rest of me feels fabulous. I'm foggy-headed, I'm hungry, and that's the bad part and my eyesight has changed temporarily, but that's the bad side of prednisone. Prednisone is a wonderful, horrible drug that I love and I hate at the same time. So I'm going to start Rituxan. I'm excited about it. When they called this morning to set up the appointments for the infusions, I got butterflies in my stomach. Am I going to feel better? Is it going to work? Maybe. I certainly do hope so. I asked about methotrexate because usually you get methotrexate when you have a new biologic medication. They want you to take methotrexate with it. But I have rheumatoid nodules in my elbows and my hands and my fingers. And my rheumatologist said that methotrexate can make the nodules worse. So he doesn't want me to take those. They can go on your insides too, like in your, I think, heart valves, possibly. Don't quote me on that one, but it can affect your insides too. So we don't want any more nodules on me. Also, the doctor told me something really interesting, that people with vasculitis tend to have rheumatoid nodules. How about that? So if you have little blood blisters on the corners of your fingers or above your fingernails, you need to get looked at, because that could be rheumatoid vasculitis. And hopefully you got the mild kind like I did, cutaneous vasculitis. All right, guys, it was great talking to you. Have a wonderful day and enjoy the river behind me. And don't forget, don't let your disability define who you are.